Cranes and heavy equipment accidents can cause some of the most serious injuries on construction sites. If you're injured by a crane or a forklift or any type of other heavy equipment on a construction project in Illinois, you have very important legal rights. My name is Zach Anderson. I'm a co-owner at 217 Law, also a practicing attorney. In addition, I'm a former union and non-union construction worker. And so in my legal practice, I really enjoy helping construction workers and their families across central Illinois who get hurt on construction sites. So, as anybody who's ever been on a construction site knows, um, there's always large equipment around that's intended to move equipment that's used to, perform heavy lifting, whether that be a crane, a forklift, skid steer, whatever. As we also know, sometimes that equipment can be operated improperly or not maintained correctly. A lot of equipment that I see still on construction sites is pretty old and it hasn't been maintained well. And so, regardless of whether something's not maintained well or operated improperly, very serious accidents can happen. Federal safety regulations are designed to reduce the risks of um, issues associated with large equipment. Uh, for example, OSHA regulations require that crane operators be properly trained and certified, and that construction companies follow very specific safety procedures when lifting equipment. But that being said, as we all know, anyone who's ever been on a construction site knows OSHA regulations and safety regulations are often ignored, violated, and that increases the risk of serious injuries. Construction sites also involve multiple contractors working together on the same project. Because of that, equipment accidents typically involve more than just a worker's direct employer. In some cases, another contractor operating equipment, a rental company, or even a manufacturer may share responsibility. For example, I had a case once where a carpenter was knocked off of a roof while installing roof trusses by a negligent crane operator or a crane operator that we alleged was negligent. And in that case, it wasn't just my client versus the crane operator. There were multiple parties that were brought into the case. General contractor, the um, I think there's another company involved. My client's employer, the crane operator, the crane company. Um, there's 7 or 8 parties. This case can be very complex, and because of these complexities, if you are injured as a result of a crane or heavy equipment, typically going to be in your best interest to work with a lawyer who really understands how those cases work and how those cases operate. If you'd like to consider working together following a uh, accident on a construction job site in Central Illinois, please feel free to reach out. Be happy to talk to you. Like I said, I'm a former construction worker. I understand how job sites work. I understand how dangerous they are, and I understand the complexities involved in these types of cases, and I'd be happy to talk to you.